I've been working way up there. You can see where those pallets are stood up. That's where the pigs planted their tomatoes. There's my pickup truck. There's that hawthorn tree. But I'm down here. I did work on it some today, but actually the ground is beginning to soak the water up so fast that I can only gain zanja feet, is what I'm going to call it. New ditches only so fast, even if I increase the water supply. So I did work some. I could film up there. I will another time. But what I want to do is come down here. You might recognize that rusty piece of sheet metal. Down here is where all that water is going. That is an olho d'agua. And I write about them a lot. I've posted a lot about olho d'aguas. A spring. It looks a little bit like an eyeball. Olho means eye, and d'agua means of water. And that's what it's called in Portuguese and Spanish and probably Italian and French. I don't know. But we'd call it a spring. But that's where all that water's going to. Now, because it's obviously going down through rocks. I've been saying that there was rubble that was pushed in, bulldozed in. They tried to kind of cover up what they'd done. Now, whether or not it's coming out of a mine shaft or just out of the bottom of the cut, I don't know. But I'm going to gradually start to work from the bottom and head back in toward the hillside. But that's the strongest that's ever run. I found it years and years ago. It was just a little tiny spring, but it's man-made. And that water coming down here is meeting water coming from what I call the it's like an confluential dam back there. There's a weir back there, and it's muddy because the pigs have been running in it or wallowing in it. But this water's clear, and it's mixing. And it's heading on toward Joyce Hut. That's the uppermost of the Katale 5 or Katale 6 cluster. Some of this probably means nothing to you. But in any case, what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to dig back in here a little bit because it's late in the day. It's Sunday. I just got here from a meeting. I was going to do this anyway. Well, I've muddied the water up a lot because I removed some of this wet soil, and you can see where it's clear. That's the source, and it's coming from underneath a rock which is really too big to easily move at the moment. But I'm going to keep cleaning this out, and I'll eventually be able to figure out if there was a foundation laid here around it or if it's just a bunch of stone dumped on there. Now, that stone there is a sandstone. There's some sandstone. Now that's what they tended to use when they laid stuff. This is a sandstone. A lot of the rest is just scrap that they dug out. But you see, that's coming from underneath the ground. There's also water working its way down. That's surface water, which is from my doing up above, coming down the surface, which I want. But I really would like to understand what's underneath there, and I will. I'll keep digging back until I get it figured out. So I think that's going to be it for today because it's Sunday and I was at a meeting, and I did mention the term zanja feet. I've got a bunch more to say in general about zanjas, but I won't do it today.